Hello, and welcome back to the Dreamweaver's Workshop. Today, like I said in the last video, we will be adding the snake to the hourglass to make the Serpent Reliquary. I'm going to show you the step-by-step process, what I do to make this hourglass once the snake is made. Anything that I think needs to be explained, I will explain. Otherwise, I want to talk to you about Nydoros, the realm that I created that this hourglass comes from. So I'm going to be doing a little bit of explaining what I'm doing and a little bit of explaining Nydoros. We'll start with explaining what I'm doing. What you just saw me do was take the brand new hourglass out of its box and clean it because sometimes it's a little bit dirty. And now I am attaching the snake to the hourglass. I'm going to show you a little bit in real time so you can kind of get an idea how long it takes. And then I'm going to speed it up because no one has 17 hours to watch me glue something together. While we're watching this, I'll tell you guys some more about Nydoros. Nydoros, which is spelt Nydoros, and it means night gift. This is what I call a night realm. What I mean by that is the sun does not exist here. You'll never see the sun because what is equivalent to a rising sun here is like dusk. That's as bright as it's ever going to get is dusk. And I think that's pretty cool. Nydoros as a realm feels really old. Old and ancient, not necessarily scary, maybe a little spooky. Maybe that comes from the fact that it's always night there. Who knows? Let's take a break from Nydoros to tell you what I'm doing here. The snake has been on the glass for 24 hours. I always let them sit for 24 hours after I glued them. And now it's time to remove any dry glue on the glass. This is a very, very dull razor blade. And I'm just going to scrape off any glue that got somewhere that it shouldn't be. Coming up, I've left a little bit of ASMR. And voila, we have a glueless snake hourglass. But wait, there's more. In the time it took me to get here, someone else ordered an hourglass, but they ordered one with the silver snake. So as you can see, I've almost covered the entire hourglass in silver paint. That's because this paint is really annoying and it takes a long time to dry properly and it's really hard to remove. So enjoy me struggling. This little gray thing you see me holding throughout the video is still wool. It's really soft, so it's not scratching the glass, but it really helps with the tiny specks of paint when I'm trying to get it off instead of trying to just scrape it with the blade from the razor. The steel wool, I don't know how to differentiate between the softness of it, but this one's really soft. It works wonders. I think the rest of this is probably pretty self-explanatory, so let's talk about Nydoros some more. So as I said in the last video, Nydoros is like a gothic, dark academia, Victorian city. Think like crumbling stone buildings. Everything is stone, by the way. Some of them are like castle-like. Think arches. The stone is all dark. Lanterns. Lanterns are a big part of Nydoros, as well as time, which is why the first artifact from Nydoros is an hourglass. Snakes too, but we'll talk about that later. But for time, Nydoros has this weird way of warping time. And not just like I thought I was only here for 5 minutes. It's been 50 years. In other ways, such as this weird chair that seems to only warp time when someone is sitting in it. But I'll tell you guys more about that later. For now, I'll leave you with this little tidbit. Nydoros is a magical place like all of my realms, but its magic is very quiet, almost unnoticeable. It's the kind of place where something powerful could sit on a shelf right in front of you and you would never notice. Nydoros is also a place where your memories are your greatest ally or your biggest enemy. So if I was someone visiting Nydoros for the first time, I'd be very careful about what I remember and even more careful of the things that I forgot. We're almost at the end. As you can see, I'm cleaning up the edges and any imperfections in the paint, and I'm going back around and doing what? Cleaning again. This hourglass requires a lot of cleaning, and that's fine. I want it to be nice and perfect and nice and clean, and that means a lot of cleaning. And this is the finished result. The Serpent Reliquary. I think they look cool. I really enjoy the gold. I love gold, but the silver also looks really sick. Let me know what you guys think in the comments, and next time, maybe we'll talk about some other lore.